Thanks, Cara. Hi, everybody. I think this is the first time I've been up here today. For those I don't know, my name is Jared Duval, Executive Director here at EAN, and I have the honor and privilege of saying a little bit about one of two EAN awards. The Lee Sedden Award was created by EAN's board in 2022. And it's to honor Lee Sedden's many contributions to EAN. Lee served as EAN's board chair from 2012 to 2022, and over the years, Lee has conducted extensive research and analysis for EAN as a volunteer, including producing the first pathways analysis, which informed the creation of Vermont's Comprehensive Energy Plan. He has made contributions to every single annual progress report that EAN has ever produced, either as an original content provider or as a reviewer. He has mentored EAN staff, including myself, and interns. I often say that whatever I know about energy, it is because I've soaked up so much information and learning from our network members, but I have learned more about energy from Lee Sedden than anyone else and how to do good analysis. And Lee's dedication to research and analysis continues to this day. He is now an EAN Senior Fellow. You may have seen some of the research papers he's written on our website. So we created the Lee Sedden Award to honor a network member who, like Lee, has made a significant volunteer commitment to EAN, contributed research or analysis that helps advance EAN's mission, and or mentored newer EAN staff members or network members. This award honors the significant amount of time and effort given over the long term to support EAN and all it stands for in Vermont. And to present this year's award, I am really excited to invite up EAN board members Richard Cowart and Gabrielle Stebbins.
Okay, well, to start, let me say I echo all the things that Jared said about Lee and the example that he has provided for all of us and the network. This year's award goes to a group of people, the Energy Futures Group, and I've spent a fair amount of time intersecting with the Energy Futures Group, both in Vermont, in the US, and in Europe. I have to say that nothing could please me more than to provide them with this award. As most of you know, they are excellent and disciplined users of data and providers of information to public policy decision makers. They're dedicated to the public good. I sometimes have to remind myself that EFG is a consulting firm because they act like a public interest organization day in and day out. They're willing to share their expertise with all of us, and they have done so on many occasions. Gabrielle will mention some. And I would say also with a positive and collaborative attitude. The desire on the part of the staff and principals of EFG, to help people make decisions is like apparent, like every time you sit in a room with them. So I just want to give my personal thanks to those folks from EFG that I've worked with, and on behalf of the network. And Gabrielle, more for you. And by the way, let me say that includes Gabrielle.
Thank you. So I worked at EFG for 8 years. I finished up in January, and when I took the job, I thought I'd be there a year, but they're so great, I was there for 8. And I just, it is a for-profit consulting company. But when the 3 founding principals first got on their ski lift and went up for their first three principal meeting to talk about their vision. Part of that was very much how can we give back and how can we use our expertise and our resources. So EFG has led three, or has had co-chairs on three different working groups that you've heard about, the Clean Energy Standard, Clean Heat Working Group. I'm the co-chair of the Climate Workforce Coalition, and then also the Weatherization at Scale. And these, as you all know, as members of the network, these are, while Cara and Jared and Lena and the team do the bulk of the behind-the-scenes work, the co-chairs put a lot of time and follow-through and connection. And so these have always been just near and dear to the partners, and the partners have purposely chosen to invest their time, their energy, and their staff energy. So really glad to recognize that.
All right, thank you. So, do we have an award? David, Richard? Oh, and Chris Nemi should be here, but he's not.
Thank you. Right.
Let's see. Well, thank you. I really appreciate that. And I just had a few words. I was hoping that David joined me today, but Chris Nemi was not able to make it, unfortunately. I just wanted to say as well too that I'm pleased that I don't want to spill the beans at all, but the next award recipient too. Starksboro is very proud to be recognized, so you can guess who might be the next person, but we'll find out soon. So on behalf of EFG, we're really delighted to accept this award. And Lee, I just want to say you've been a real leader and inspiration. I think I've known you for at least 30 years, and it's really an honor and a privilege to receive this award in your name, so we're flattered. So thank you for that. But this award, as Rich and Gabrielle indicated, is not just about me. It's really to all of EFG, and through all the efforts of our staff, we've been working with EAN on, as was mentioned, clean energy solutions since the beginning of EAN. My recollection. And while I'm up here accepting this award today for EFG, I want to acknowledge my colleagues who have also put in all the hours with EFG, working on developing the Clean Heat Standard, Chris Nemi, modeling policies and progress towards Global Warming Solutions Act, David, supporting financing efforts, Chris Kramer, advancing workforce development, innovative policies, and serving as a voice for clean energy and climate in the legislature, Gabrielle, when she was an employee with us as well. And while I've been tagging along with Neil Underville supporting the Weatherization at Scale initiative. So we really, in addition to serving as an example and a leader with our net zero office building, as was mentioned, we're a for-profit company, but we really like to play Robin Hood a little bit. And we welcome the opportunity to help out our community where we can, including aligning with the work with EAN. So that aligns nicely with our clean energy mission, our expertise, and we've really been excited to help move EAN and Vermont forward towards a clean energy future. So we're proud to join the past recipients of the Seddon Award, Lee himself, Christine Donovan, and Kelly Lucci, who I saw here today. Thanks for recognizing our contributions, and I expect we won't be strangers going forward. So we still have a lot of work to do together. Thank you.
I want to say one thing is thanks to everybody here and what we do in Vermont. EFG does a lot of work outside of the state, and we take the experience and the strength of working in this community to advocacy and policy development throughout North America. So thank you for that.
All right, hello everyone. I am so excited to present this next award. For those of you who don't know me, or as I like to say, for those of you I haven't yet met, because I want to meet all of you, my name is Linda McGinnis and I am the chair of the board of Energy Action Network, and I also serve as a senior fellow. EAN would not exist and we would not be here today were it not for the inspiring founding vision and incredible ongoing dedication and generosity of Anne and Arthur Berndt. This award felt all the more poignant over the past several years because Anne passed away 5 years ago. Yeah. The Anne and Arthur Berndt Award, created in 2013, honors network members who, like Anne throughout her life, and like Arthur to this day, have demonstrated vision, leadership, and commitment to creating a renewable energy future for Vermont. It is awarded on an annual basis to individuals or organizations that have shown bold leadership in support of efforts to transform Vermont's energy system towards one based on efficiency and renewable energy to address the existential challenge of our time, climate change. The criteria for this award are 6: extraordinary vision, bold, courageous leadership, support for change at a transformative, system-wide level, deep investment in relationships and network capacity for change, commitment to working across diverse perspectives towards a higher goal, and finally, time, commitment, and passion for the cause. So with that, it is a privilege and absolute personal delight to present this award to, drum roll please, Ellen Kaler. So I was going to ask Ellen to join me here while I describe just a fraction of the reasons why our board unanimously chose Ellen from dozens of amazing nominees for this distinguished award. Many of you know Ellen as the beloved leader, fierce advocate, thoughtful mentor, and just plain decent human being who has made a profound impact on our beautiful state and beyond through her multiple roles over the years. As the executive director of the Vermont Sustainable Jobs Fund, her innovative work has not only advanced Vermont's green economy, but it has set a national standard, a benchmark for sustainable development and workforce development. Her penchant for innovation has helped launch dozens of new climate businesses through Delta Climb, Vermont's climate economy business accelerator. And Jeff, where is he? There he is, yes. But it is Ellen's deep expertise in the power of collective impact and her natural collaborative spirit that helped lay the foundation of the systemic transformation of Vermont's energy and economy that we are all in the midst of experiencing today and for which we will be experiencing much more in the future. Ellen knows deep in her bones that the whole is so much greater than the sum of its parts, that working across our natural silos and differing perspectives strengthens all of us. She brought us lessons learned from her own experience in creating the wildly successful Farm to Plate network. Her guidance as an EAN board member for 11 years was instrumental in shaping how we function as a network, emphasizing the need for a small, nimble backbone organization to facilitate the work of hundreds of network members, of which all of you are part. The importance of measuring progress on climate and energy as a state to understand where we need to work harder and to celebrate where we've had our successes. And constantly exploring new ways to weave our respective strengths together, all of which help drive the systemic change required to achieve a vibrant, sustainable, and fossil-free energy future. Ellen's style of leadership is both bold, she is never afraid to tell it like it is, and empathic. She weaves equity and humanity into everything she does, and she always has the collective greater good as her North Star. No matter where Ellen plants her unique leadership flag, she takes us from empathy to action, from ideas to innovation, and from innovation to impact. Our energy future is cleaner and more equitable because Ellen was there. She's here. And she does it all with integrity, generosity, and that Ellen twinkle in her eye. And finally, for those of you who know Ellen well, and there are several of you here, it will not come as a surprise that she is passionate about something else, and that is Star Wars. I actually think that Ellen will come back in a future life as Luke Skywalker, but much newer and more improved. Her enthusiasm, Rey. Actually, Rey, yes. Her enthusiasm for this iconic saga reflects her own true Jedi qualities: wisdom beyond her years, brilliant tactician, a penchant for dressing up in dramatic costumes, and an organic connection to the universe, or in Jedi speak, the Force. So with that in mind, EAN would like to ensure that henceforth, you, Ellen Kaler, never go into battle for our precious planet and its precious cargo unprepared. And on behalf of all of us, I would like to invite another young Jedi Springer to present you with a special gift.
Thank you, Linda. Every Star Wars movie I've ever gone to see, there's somebody I always see in line, and it's always Ellen, and we have communicated about Star Wars, so I'm really pleased that we're going to be presenting you with your own lightsaber. Now, this is not it. This is a placeholder that I stole from my son for today. And we have a really authentic lightsaber on order from a galaxy far, far away that'll be arriving soon. But for today, when I go to my son and I say, I need your lightsaber for work today, it's a unique day. So congratulations, Ellen. May the Force be with you.
May the Force be with you.
It is green. It is green. The one that's coming.
This is so fun. Thank you so very much, everybody. Jared and Kara and Linda and Lee, and it's been so fabulous working with the EAN team for so long. And I termed out on the board after 11 years, and I do really miss the members of the board because they're just phenomenal people who are doing so much for the state and this network. And so it's just so, I'm just so grateful and so honored to have this award. Ann and Arthur Burnt are amazing people. And you know, how many of you were here that were part of the initial systems mapping exercise in 2009, 2010? Look around the room. There were 40 people. I was not among them because we had just been assigned doing farm to plate by the legislature, and so I had to choose one or the other, couldn't do both. And Arthur and Ann put funding, sustained funding, all these years into this work. And when the systems mapping work was done and it was presented to a larger group of people, I was part of that larger group. And then the organization needed to fledge. It needed to, an organization needed to be created. And so for a few years, the Sustainable Jobs Fund had the pleasure of serving as sort of the back of the house with doing bookkeeping and basic organizational stuff until Andy and then Jared were able to get it to the point where we were like, okay, you really need to have your own bookkeeper now. It's really time for you to get your own office space and do all these things. So we were always so close on a day-to-day level, and it was such a pleasure to see how this network evolved. And that first summit that we had, Andy Colness was the executive director then. I was up at Vermont, well, now it's, actually, what is it now? Greenway? Was Vermont College, and then the College of Fine Arts. But the point was, there was this fairly skeptical group, right, Lee, around maybe 60 of us that got together to learn about networks. It was something we had been doing already in Farm to Plate, but it was new to the energy community. And so there was this little bit of trepidation of like, what is this thing now I'm being asked to sign up for? I'm not really sure about this. But we wouldn't be here today with all of you here, many of whom, some of you, it might be your first summit, some of you just for the past few years being here. It came from someplace, and it came from a group of people that were really passionate about thinking in a more systemic, systems, very intentional, very strategic way about evolving our energy system to what we're building all here today. And as Linda said so eloquently, you can't transform systems with one organization, right? We all know that intuitively, but there's a way to structure that so that we can be most effective together. Because when you start bringing all of these organizations that we all are part of together, there needs to be a way in which it holds together, right? There's got to be somebody holding the whole, as I like to say. And I just am so thrilled about how Jared has held the whole for now so many years as part of getting to hire Jared when he applied. And you really have taken this organization to such new heights, and the board has done such an amazing job. And really, it's all about all of us doing this work together, because no one organization can do it. EAN is a network. It's not even really its own organization. I mean, technically, legally it is, but it wouldn't exist without all of you. So I really hope that you all are inspired by today, inspired to keep going. We have a long road ahead of us, and I just feel so grateful and so thankful to know you all and to have been able to be a small little help along the way. So thank you so much.